Okay, Gus.
Okay.
WandaVision, episode 3, take 7. Actually, I think there's only 5, but
it's a lot.
we've
We've
tried a lot.
It's take more than 3.
It's take more than 3. Hopefully, we saved the best for last. Hopefully, we didn't waste all of our podcasting skills, if you want to call them that.
Well, I mean, and we'll talk about this at the end of the episode. They're gonna get to start hearing the 30 minutes before and after each episode we record.
True,
that is just random.
It's gotta be. We're gonna have to be kind of choosy.
Yeah, a little
bit.
bit.
Because we're going to want to like pick and choose the best from each time we record.
And
I don't think we can really justify posting a behind the scenes for every episode.
No. It would be like I would want the video to be no more than 10 minutes and pull like the best like 3 to 5 from
clips.
Each episode that we record.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
I like that.
Little like we've been going for almost half an hour now. I'd pull this one. I'd probably pull a little bit more from because
we've been going for half an hour.
It's been a pretty interesting conversation.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that post WandaVision episode 3. So we start off pretty much right like the day after where episode 2 left us.
Yeah, I think it is because they're finding the doctor because they just found out that Wanda's pregnant.
Wanda is very pregnant.
Yeah.
Her pregnancy is progressing very quickly at a much more rapid rate than the standard human pregnancy normally progresses.
Right.
From what I understand about, and I have never claimed to know anything about.
You're not a doctor.
Women.
Disclaimer.
I'm not a doctor, and I've women are the great mystery of the world, and they probably always will be. God, I'm so lonely.
Speak for yourself.
Anyway,
Gus.
yeah, you're in a relationship. You can heck off.
Hey, stop it.
So anyways,
don't be so bitter.
I'm not being bitter. I'm happy for you.
You remember?
Oh God. Am I gonna have to stop this again? Oh boy.
No, we'll stay on track.
Okay. No, tell me.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. Is it not something I can put on?
No.
Okay. Sucks to be you, I guess. You'll never get to hear this story until we're millionaires and famous. Anyway.
No.
Anyway.
Not even then.
Not even then?
Well, who knows?
It's gonna. I mean, at that point, it's gonna be too late.
You think we'll be famous?
No.
Yeah, we will.
I wish.
Yeah, we will.
It would be cool.
Nope, it wouldn't.
Like, it'd be fun.
Being famous would not be cool.
No.
There's a hot take. I don't even think that's really hot, but...
No, I feel like most people...
It's like a lukewarm take.
People slowly are beginning to realize that being famous is so much more of a commitment
to... It's a burden.
Yeah, everyone knows about you all the time. You know what's great about not being famous?
Nobody knows anything about you?
Nobody that I don't want to know knows anything about me. Like, only the people I know... Only the people I want to know about me.
And they only know the things you want them to know about you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is great.
I live a stress-free life because of it.
What people do know is that you watched WandaVision episode 3 recently.
Yeah, I did.
And we're about to actually
record
a podcast about it. I think.
Here we go. Okay, so...
Here we go. Take 7.
So
8
where do we leave? So the pregnancy is... She's going to have the baby, like, in the next day or two, from what we can understand, because of how fast it's going.
They don't even know... They don't realize how fast it's going. They think they have a week.
Yeah.
At first, they think they have, like, a normal length of pregnancy.
Right.
They kind of point out at the beginning that it's moving quickly because she was, 4 months pregnant or something like that on day 2. So...
Yeah. Vision's like calculation or whatever is like we have until Sunday or something like that until the baby is gonna be born, and then they slowly start to realize that that's not gonna happen. It's probably gonna come like he's just licking your couch.
Leo, can you not lick my couch?
Hey, what are you doing? No, don't lick me.
Don't go that way. Don't go that way.
Stop. You're fucking... This couch cushion is fucking soaked in dog...
Are you proud, Leo?
Look at what I did.
Good job.
Good boy.
Dude, we're never going to record
We are
this.
literally never going to get...
literally... Let's just publish this. WandaVision episode 3. It's done.
This is supposed to be... This was going to be like a 10-minute recap of a single episode. And we're at 33 minutes, and I see no signs of stopping.
I don't think we can.
I don't like... Let's just try and
Should we get to an hour?
There's no way. There's no way.
I'm playing.
Let's just try and get through it.
Okay.
It's not going to happen, but...
There might be... I apologize to
Here we
you.
go.
I apologize to you for the editing that you're going to have to do. I'm sorry.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm just not... Like, whatever is the... Because I haven't stopped, like, recording in a few minutes.
Like, once you find the starting point?
Yeah, once I find the point that's the longest uncut take, that's what's going to be.
Okay, so then let's stay on track.
Yes.
Let's not say anything that needs to be cut out.
Right.
Or at least try.
Right.
And,
So...
Okay.
Picking up where we left off. The show now in color, too, which is nice. I think...
They kind of glossed over it, though. They were excited about it at the end of episode 2,
right,
noticing that the color was here, but in episode 3, they kind of...
Everything is as normal.
Which... It's par for the course because all of these changes that have been taking place, they're not really acknowledging them, at least as far as formatting goes.
Right. So immediately after the doctor leaves, they run some tests to see how long it's going to take, and then 5 minutes after that, she's like going into labor. So Vision runs off to try and find the doctor again.
I don't know if you noticed this, but when he goes to find the doctor... That's the only time that they leave the WandaVision residence. They don't leave their house or their yard for the entirety of the episode. Until the very end.
Right.
With the big reveal of the episode. But that's him going to find the doctor is the only time. And even then, we're not really getting any like big establishing shots or anything like that.
It's like the doctor at his car because it's broken down.
And did you notice the backgrounds?
Yes,
it's just painted walls.
The painted backgrounds.
There's nowhere to go. They're like trapped at their house.
Right.
Basically.
You get a lot of kind of trapped feelings in this episode.
Yeah.
Like the inability. I don't know if it's necessarily an inability to escape, but just like the fact that this reality is very much closed off and there's not much real in this reality.
Well, it's completely manufactured.
Yes.
By Wanda, I think to some degree, but then also by what is the? Is it like
It's
the
like
the sword or
I think
something?
it's just. I think it might just be sword.
Sword. Why did I say it like that? Sword.
The sword.
There is a W.
The also, it's like it's kind of like the walls are closing in a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe it kind of gives out. Like the painted backgrounds kind of closing in on the house is like the walls of this reality are starting to close in pretty quick, and there's not much time left to live in this kind of comfortable state of being.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Wanda
and
think Vision.
About it.
And I think you get that feeling a lot when Wanda starts to realize that the woman who comes over to like because everyone's like the first like major contraction that she has, is that what it's called? Yeah. Like she like shuts the lights off and like cuts electricity to everyone's houses, and things start like the
fire alarms are going, the sprinklers,
pipes start bursting, all this stuff. And then that's when I can't remember her name. She's been in a couple episodes now. She was prominent in the first two. Like she was the woman that they like hid in the box during the magic show.
Oh,
she like popped out of the box.
Right.
She comes over to like ask for something, to like get a bucket or something.
Yeah.
And this is all while Wanda's like clearly basically 9 months pregnant.
And I mean, it's kind of funny. Like that's where a lot of the like sitcom humor came in during this, is because it's like the neighbor who invited herself in and is basically just making herself comfortable.
Right.
While Wanda is trying to hide the fact that she had a full pregnancy take place in 2 days that nobody knew about.
Right. And then what is the moment where, well, Vision goes outside at some point.
This is what it was. The moment that they realize, or that Wanda realizes that, I want to find out what her name was. Was it Geraldine?
Maybe.
Is that it?
I don't know.
I'm going to look it up. I think it was Geraldine.
Mm-hmm.
But Wanda realizes it when she brings up Quicksilver.
That's right. Right.
And Geraldine, I'm going to just call her Geraldine until I know.
It's going to be like Suzanne or some shit.
Okay, it is Geraldine.
Okay, good.
I'm going to, just based off of my basic Google search, we're going to just stick with that.
Uh-huh.
But it's because Wanda mentions that she has a twin brother, because Wanda's having twins. She mentions that she has a twin brother, and who is Quicksilver in the Marvel universe. Mm-hmm. And Geraldine says something like, "Oh, he was killed by Ultron."
That's right.
That was the first real reference that we've gotten to
the Marvel universe we know.
The one that we are familiar with.
The Marvel universe, the reality.
We've even had some small references to like Stark Industries and Hydra, but they're all like, it's not the Marvel we know.
And they're also never referenced directly by the characters.
Right. Yeah. So Geraldine recognizing that Wanda's brother was killed by Ultron
right,
was kind of a reveal to us that, first of all, this reality or this fiction that we've been watching as far as the outdated TV shows is not what is actually going on.
Right.
Even in the show.
Right.
Like that show is not taking place in these actual time periods. And we kind of knew that, but that's like confirmation that what we're watching is present day. And it's a connection that the WandaVision story takes place in the Marvel universe that we know. And it also confirms to us that there's kind of a whole lot more at play.
Right.
That has broader implications, even dating back, with Ultron, it's a matter of years, but these like huge events in the Marvel universe are finding their way tied into this show.
To this show now. And also, this was the first time, apparently Geraldine had the sword necklace on in the first 2 episodes. I didn't notice that.
Well,
but
I wouldn't have known what it meant anyway.
Right. So in this episode, it's kind of it's just a front and center, like it's a very noticeable necklace that you can see.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like when the conversation shifts and she starts mentioning Ultron, I think she kind of tries to like get herself out of that because Wanda picks it up and is like, "What do you?"
Well, she kept being like, "What did you just? Like, what did you say?
Like, what did you just say?" And then Geraldine gets yeeted on out of this WandaVerse that we're in right now, in a moment that because initially I thought, okay, Wanda is like induced; she's not conscious. This is all happening in her head.
Yeah.
And then at the end of this episode, we get that moment where Geraldine like flies out of like this bubble looking thing.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
The Truman Show.
Yeah.
Where it's like this controlled environment by I guess in the Truman Show it kind of was a bubble or something similar that Jim Carrey was trapped in, but it was the same kind of thing. Like that was the first time we had seen an escape from this town.
Right. So, now the idea is that this town is actually in the present reality, but everything that's inside of like this bubble that we see is being created and manipulated by Wanda. And these sword people like Geraldine are like trying to like...
Are they trying to get in?
I think that's what
or is Wanda stuck in there? Like, was she put there by them?
That's what I'm not... That is... So, like, obviously they are trying to get in.
They're trying to get to her.
Right.
Specifically.
So, I don't know if it was like that, and that's what I'm hoping... I'm sure we'll figure out by the end of the season is whether or not, like, Wanda created this, like, this portal to another universe or her own, created universe.
I mean, maybe for her it's a safe haven of sorts.
Right. And there's also this is what is, I think this is also going to tie into how this show connects to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I think somehow this reality is somehow it's some wormhole into another universe.
Yeah.
Which is what's gonna
Dude, I can't wait for that movie.
This is just if that's where we're headed with this show, Multiverse of Madness is gonna be a fucking mind bender.
Oh yeah.
Which is very
even hearing what they have planned for the next Spider-Man movie.
Right.
This next chapter in Marvel's history could be absolutely insane.
And they're just what's great is this show is kind of proving that they're kind of going for the wacky, off the wall kind of storytelling, but
it's also enough to be taken seriously.
Yes, exactly.
In respect to the rest of their Marvel content.
Right. It's nice to know that they're not going to try and just recreate another 10 years of the Infinity Saga. Right. They're going to try and do some storytelling that is really kind of pushing the boundaries of what they originally did in the original 10 years of Marvel movies. I'd be interested to know
if there's much connection at all between WandaVision and the comic books.
Yeah.
There's got to be some, but
I think there is, but I haven't.
I don't know. I'm not really familiar enough with the comics to know how it might tie in. But it would kind of have to. I don't know that they can. At least not yet. I don't know that they're far enough into it that they could get away with completely new storylines without any sort of comic book ties.
I'm sure but that's one thing that I've. Since we talked last episode about we're kind of just enjoying the ride as it happens.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of doing the only thing I read I only read articles if I'm confused about something I saw or I feel like this should make sense but I'm not putting the pieces together. So I'll read articles like that. I'm sure there is a connection to the comics, but I don't really want to know because I feel like if there is and people are putting the pieces together with that, it's going to spoil what could potentially happen in the last 3 episodes.
I hope that it's more just loosely tied and that there's certain storylines being followed or certain characters. I'd rather it just be Easter eggs than a full story because I want them to still have the freedom to do whatever they want with the story without kind of the backlash of this didn't happen in the comics or whatever that is. Because that happens. If they follow it so closely and then they make small changes, everybody notice.
Right.
If they just have small references to the comics, but then everything else is their own.
Is an original creation.
So I hope it's something.
Right.
Because I don't want them to necessarily stray from the comics quite yet.
Yeah.
But I hope it's still their complete original ideas.
Right. So, coming up in episode 4, we should be in the 80s.
How did this one end? Were there any changes to the screen or
I don't think so.
The first episode it was the screen size that changed.
Well,
second episode it was into color.
This one we just
get a reveal or no?
I think no, this one we just get that moment at the end where the screen goes to full anamorph it actually just slowly crawls out and then shortens into anamorphic, and then we get the moment that's outside of that reality. So my only thought would be that I think because we're in the 80s, the show either will start in normal 16:9 or sometime in the middle of the episode we'll get to that full 16:9 screen in full color. But I don't know. I mean, the show is I still just have really no idea what's going to happen, and that's a great feeling to have. I have an idea of what might happen, but I have actually absolutely zero proof that I'm right. And it's a good feeling to have, to be like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
What is like your main? Do you have like a main question that you hope is answered in the next episode, or after this episode? Is there like one thing where you're just like, I want more of that storyline or whatever?
I mean, my biggest question is, what are they gonna do with these twin babies?
Yeah,
going into the next, because there's only 3 episodes. There's only
Jack.
Dude, yeah,
that'd be sick. If they have to have superpowers.
Are they gonna be super babies? Are they gonna?
I'm pretty sure she has super baby twins in the comics.
That's the thing.
I think that's an actual thing.
Are we gonna come back to reality, and are they gonna be real?
No, leave
or
it.
Are they gonna be gone? You know, what's that like?
That'd be crazy.
What is the future?
But if they're there, they have to be super babies.
100%.
They have to.
Oh yeah,
that'd be so
Which
fun
would be
to watch.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's something about baby infants with superpowers that's just, and it's because we were raised on The Incredibles.
Yeah.
And Jack is hilarious.
Oh, absolutely.
He was hilarious when I was 10, and he's hilarious now when I'm 23. So I'm very, very interested to see what they do with that kind of plot thread. I mean, the show should be in the 80s next episode, and the 80s is one of the best decades ever.
You said that about the 70s.
Well, the 70s and 80s are two. Here's the thing: the 60s, 70s, and 80s are like probably my top 3 in terms of like music, cultural influence, all that stuff. Even movies to a degree. So
now that you say that, I feel like the representation from those decades in our top 50 lists, is pretty strong.
It is. We have some very, very good. Like, our lists definitely cover a solid set of from the 60s to now.
I mean, both of us also have movies from the 20s in our list, so
right. I have a movie from 1927.
Yeah, I think mine is 24.
Yeah, I have one from the 30s, maybe 2, and then 1 or 2 from the 40s, and then 1 or 2 from the 50s, and then 60s on for the other.
Yeah. So this is...
Anyway.
We did it again, Gus, and I wanted to keep going.
I did it again.
I wanted to keep going with that conversation.
Sweeping declaration.
I'm going to go ahead and...
I'm never going off topic again.
Deal.
Sweeping declaration.
You got a deal.
Let's do it.
I decree bankruptcy!
Shout out the hedge fund managers in God.
Oh, Gus.
I went off topic.
Why?
Shoot.
You made a promise, and I don't actually declare bankruptcy. I don't know if just saying it.
I don't know if that's
if
how
I learned
it works.
anything from The Office. Okay. Anyway, you want to talk about The Office? I'm playing. We're not doing that.
Not tonight, but
eventually.
We'll talk about The Office.
Okay. Fuck.
Jeez. Okay, so I think we're good. I didn't get
to give mine.
Oh yeah, give me your final. Yeah.
This is what I'm excited for.
What are you excited for? What are you hoping happens?
This is the storyline I want to see explored.
Okay.
Is first of all, the whole sword necklace that Geraldine was wearing.
Yeah.
If that's meant to be a secretive organization, why was she so open about it? She would have had to know that Wanda would have caught on to that.
Right.
It didn't seem like she was necessarily trying to hide herself. So that'll be interesting to when we start to find out more of how much of this world is built by Wanda,
right, and
how much of it is built by the organization.
Right.
I'm just gonna call it that because I really don't know anything.
I don't know if
it's
actually sword or not.
I don't either.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see how that all plays out.
Yeah.
Also, when Geraldine got thrown out of WandaVille or whatever,
whatever the name of the town is,
she got immediately surrounded by all of these armed guards and everything, basically coming to take her in.
Right.
So what, could it be that all the people inside WandaVille are trapped, or what? I just want to know what the connection is and why we're watching it play out the way that we are.
Right.
Why was it that Geraldine was so hidden, her true identity was so hidden?
Yes.
until that very moment, and then everything seems so obvious to Wanda.
Right,
Like she
right.
should have known all along.
Mm-hmm.
Why was Geraldine, who was made out to be like a spy,
Mm-hmm.
why was she then like being attacked by the
Right.
antagonists, whoever they are?
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be kind of fun to see going forward. And obviously we're
Right.
going to get more answers. We only have a few episodes left.
But I mean,
there's a lot. Obviously, a lot can happen in one episode as far as giving us hints to the bigger picture.
And I think the show is kind of proving that it can unpack a lot in the time it's given. And there's also a chance that because we're moving closer to now, that episodes could increase in length a little bit. The lengths have been kind of variable.
Yeah.
Throughout but there's a good chance we could be seeing.
But they've been that like just under 30 minute, like 25 minute mark. Basically.
There's a good chance we could be like the last few episodes we see could be verging into like the 40 to 45
That'd
minute
be cool.
mark, because that's like hour-long scripted television kind of came into the scene. Within the decade we're getting a lot closer to hour-long scripted prime television being what was starting to become the norm.
Yeah.
So I think and this is pure speculation, I think by the end we could potentially see a bit longer episodes, but we don't need to. No, it would be cool.
I think that would be cool to kind of give us a viewing experience that is that kind of runs parallel to what we're watching on the show.
Right.
That would just be kind of a cool way for them to progress the show for us too.
Yeah.
Is there already a confirmed second season? Do you know?
I don't know because I think
we know it's gonna tie into Doctor Strange.
Right. So there's a good chance
that'll be 2022. Right. So
I feel like there's a good chance this is kind of just the one-off leading into Doctor Strange.
I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't either. It'd be
honestly, I kind of hope for that.
WandaVision.
I hope it's wrapped up by the end of this. Maybe something left for Doctor Strange.
Right.
But like it'd be kind of refreshing if this was it. 6 episodes and we're done.
Right, 6 episodes, basically a 3-hour movie, kind of cut up into a mini series because it fits the fits the format better.
Maybe once they're all out, it'd be cool to rewatch it. Just start to finish, sit down and watch it.
As like a super cut.
Depending on how it plays out, that might be kind of a fun way to experience the whole show.
I would bet you someone will put together the 3-hour-long super cut on Reddit or something.
Yeah.
Just have the WandaVision film experience kind of deal.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
It'd be cool to see. All right, I think we're...
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. We are... Wow. I hope you've stayed around to listen or watch if you're on YouTube. Thank you.
If we edited this down, keep an eye out for the complete unedited, or at least what we're able to post.
Yes.
Because we get off topic a lot. You already know this. If you listen to this show, you already know we get off topic. Most of the time, we talk for a good solid, like anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes before we actually get on topic.
Yes.
So we'll start posting some. What do you want to call it?
Behind the front row.
Behind the front row. I like that.
So like, when we started, I usually wouldn't hit record until we were like, okay, are we ready? Okay, record, and then go. And then, like 2 months ago, I started just kind of hitting record, and then we just kind of go. Sometimes, most of the time, we go for 15 to 45 minutes.
Now, none of that stuff, or at least most of it, will not be like on brand. It's just conversations.
It's really just us talking, just kind of shooting the shit, having normal conversation about whatever is on our minds.
I mean, that's basically what this show was to begin with.
Right.
It was us just recording what we were already talking about anyway.
Right. We just were like, let's just do it with movies. And the thing is, we spend an hour on either side of movie conversations talking about, I don't know, the state of the NFL and, SpongeBob and just really random things that I think are, interesting enough that we're going to cut together like 10 to 15 minutes.
Interesting enough that I will listen to us talk about it. And that's all that matters.
And it's still that just kind of dumb, dry humor that
dumb.
You and I both have. And I think Yeah, like a 15-minute long Sunday special is what it's going to be, and it'll probably be called Behind the Front Row because that's just the first thing that popped into my head, and
fire.
It's pretty heat. If I do, like, it wasn't the first idea that popped in my head. It was don't tell them that. I mean, it was.
You're a fucking genius, Gus.
I'm a heckin' genius, bro.
Heckin'.
Listen, dude.
If you're listening to this heckin' show,
yes.
Wherever you're listening,
yeah,
go listen somewhere else because we're everywhere. We are literally everywhere. Gus, I'm gonna say something.
Oh boy.
No, I'm gonna list a platform. You tell me yes, we're on it. No, we're not.
Okay, I got you.
Spotify.
Yep.
Apple Podcast.
Yes.
Stitcher.
Yep.
YouTube.
Never
heard of it?
Is that the one where they put videos? And yeah, we're on it.
Yes.
You're looking at it right now. If you're
SoundCloud.
100%. You know we're on that. That's where we host this podcast.
We on that. Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep saying Instagram because I keep saying Instagram,
and we're not there.
Not yet on.
We're not
Instagram.
Quite there yet.
So we do draw a line somewhere.
Okay, so we're not on Instagram.
Listen, there's a lot of places we're on. So check us out wherever. If you're listening to it, the videos are usually just pretty laid back. We're just chilling on a couch.
We're chilling. Yeah.
Like half the time trying to keep my dog from
right.
running through all of our stuff and tearing down our set.
Yeah.
It's happened a few times.
It's an occurrence, but we persevere.
We really do our best.
Yeah.
And he does his best too, and he's good at it. He's
great.
Damn good at it.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
He's amazing at it. I think he's looking at the shadows right now.
But anyway, they're not like it's just us chilling.
Yeah.
Just us chilling and
sometimes
talking.
Like when we talk about older movies, I'll try and cut video from the movie in that's like relevant to what we're talking about specifically. With WandaVision, I can't because it's on Disney Plus and I can't really like download the video or give a proper copyright notification because it's brand new and I just don't want to have to deal with the potential legality issues of that.
Good call.
But even when we do cut clips into the video, it's still this just kind of like we're both reclined right now.
And you know what?
Just
if you're watching on YouTube and you just find yourself like putting it on in the background, that's fine.
It's good.
We publish it as a podcast. So do whatever you want to do.
We do it for the platform because any platform is we do it on the platforms that we use. Right.
So that's a big thing.
Which is why we're trying to get into Instagram.
Right.
We're really close. Are we?
We're
medium.
Man,
we're medium.
I thought we were close.
Oh.
I thought we were.
Oh.
But that was wishful thinking. Because I keep procrastinating.
It's fine. I put stuff off too.
Good. Yeah,
anyway,
good.
I think
like, share, comment, tell your friends, subscribe, leave a review, whatever you want to do.
Let us know what you think about what we're talking about. We love hearing feedback when it occasionally trickles in. It doesn't happen often.
I'm not going to lie to you, though. We have a 5-star average on Spotify.
Damn right. We have that on Apple Podcasting, too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Nothing but 5 stars.
We don't even have...
they don't even do 5 stars on Spotify.
We haven't even gotten
what is wrong with me?
A dislike on YouTube.
I think. I don't know.
Don't fact check me on that.
I meant Apple Pods. Because they don't do any rating
they don't on
system
Spotify?
on Spotify.
That's right. I wish they did. That would be kind of cool. Like, imagine pulling up, like...
Where do you mostly listen to your pods at? Apple Podcasts? That's what I use.
I use Apple mostly, and then Spotify now for Rogan.
Yeah.
But a lot of Rogan's pod is just kind of it's a pretty, he's a pretty sweet deal, what he's got going with them. So that makes, but otherwise, I mean, Apple Pod's a pretty good user-friendly app for listening to audio. And when I cut the audio to SoundCloud, I'll listen to the first minute on there while I'm cutting the YouTube video together.
Yeah.
But usually Apple Podcasting.
Right on. Well, that's it, right?
Thanks again.
Be on the lookout. We got real life new movies coming out.
Yes.
Oh
my gosh.
Real new movies.
Dude.
Denzel Washington
Rami Malek and the guy from
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto,
the Joker, the real Joker, the best Joker.
Shut.
Okay, sorry.
Shut the hell up.
Sorry.
You
can have a warm glass of shut the hell up.
Is he gonna shake? Look at his paw. Aw. Guys, as you know, to wrap this up, The Room is the best movie ever made.
True.
You know this. Shout out the 719.
Yup.
We record from this city all the time, every time. Because why travel to record?
Why would we drive somewhere else just to record?
Hey, why don't we drive down to Texas and then record our show and then drive back here?
Wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't be logical.
There's no logic.
We don't have the funding for that.
No, we do not. We don't have the funding for anything.
We barely have the funding for this.
Yeah, this
I'm surprised my lights are still on. I'm playing.
All right, guys. Little Things coming out soon. Yeah. It's out this weekend, so we will have it out probably on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. We'll see you then.
Dude, do you ever think about how our best episode, at least in my opinion, the best episode we ever made never got published?
I don't want you to mention that because it still makes me, to this day, very sad.
I still think, to this day, The Devil All the Time was the best episode we've ever made.